Oh, this looks like Pacific Lavatories there. Pet, we'll give it a go. G'day, mate.
Schweinhund, you'll park in the visitors' car park. Move on, swine.
Keep your shirt on. Suppose he means under the big glass house down there. We'll give it a go. Geez, I hope I didn't scratch the ute then. Oh, I'll grab the prints and let's get going, love. Excuse me, mate. Can you tell me where the Camera Club is?
Certainly, mate. Down Eastman Avenue. Turn left at Kodak Court.
Yeah.
Then a sharp right down Brownie Boulevard.
Yeah.
That's the third building on your left.
Terrific.
Right?
Thanks, Cobber. Right. Now, where did he say, love? Can you remember? Oh, we'll go down there anyway.
And so the committee would be very much obliged if the offenders would please keep the darkroom tidy. Thank you. Well, that's the final notice for this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to say that in the long history of the Kodak Camera Club, we've enjoyed being entertained by well-known personalities and identities, and we have perhaps become a little blasé. Tonight, however, I can promise you a real treat in our visitor. Our guest of the month enjoys a most prestigious reputation, and he brings with him that knowledge to impart to you this evening. And not only is he going to judge our open competition this month, but from what I can understand, he has a secret process that he's going to reveal to us. Beyond that, I know nothing myself. It's rather difficult to conceal our impatience, and so without much more ado, although I should like to give credit where it's due before introducing our guest, and say that he comes fresh from successes overseas in both King Island and Tasmania. He will be assisted by his fiancée of some 10 years standing, Miss Gladys Gorg, and direct from the Bullamakanka Camera Club, may I please hear it for Mr. What's your name, mate?
Heck, I said, mate.
Mr. Hector Hayseed. Thank you.
Now for an instant video disc replay from our slow motion camera.
Oh, you right, love?
Yes, Pet. Well, that concludes the slides for this evening. The winning slide, it's there somewhere. That's it. That's the one there. The winning slide. Oh, that was like our trip down tonight. Full of adventures. We run into a spot of rain and I had to stop and put Gladys in the front of the ute. Had to put the prize pig out of his seatbelt, but he didn't mind too much. Well, we got down there and the fellow, the policeman on the gate, he said to us, you'll have to park up under the big building up there. So we parked under the great big building with the other flash cars, and I parked next to this Buick super special V8 triple double O, and by the way, with the bloke who owns it, would he mind taking his door handle out from under the petrol cap before I go? Anyway, let's get on with the business. Let's have a look at what we got in the bag there. I'll give you a hand, love. Oh, I told you to take those spuds out, love. Strike a light. Oh, first one tonight, the lion shot. Only trouble here is that the bloke, he didn't get in close enough. He should have used his macro, get in close, and he'll have a lot of bite with this sort of shot. It reminds me of when I was taking pictures with me mate Nugget. He had a few problems in getting in close. Well, the only thing that I can say here is to get in close. Thanks very much. Let's have a look at the next one. Well, yes, now this was one that really needed a bit of cropping. Us fellas up at Bush Creek know all about cropping, and I could just show you a bit about it. You're not worried about the garbage around the side of this. We can get right into the middle of things and get right down to the centre where your real picture is, and that's just what you're after. Don't take all the rest of the garbage, that's the piece. Thanks dear. Let's have a look at the next one. Well, this one, it was a gem, it was a beauty. It's a flaming beauty, as a matter of fact, a train on fire. The only trouble was that the bloke should have gone back a few times and see if he can get a better angle. Get the firemen out of the road, they clutter the scene. And the smoke, it doesn't blow the right way. One of my cousins, he used to burn a few trains, but he's spending a bit of time in Coburg College now. But I tell you what, this is flaming hot work. What about a bit of freshies, eh dear?
Okay, love.
I'd really like to know how you do your mounting around here. It's pretty good too, I tell you. Bond's a way to do it. Thanks, love. Us country fellas like to drop, you know. Thanks, love.
First, love.
Anyway, on with the next print. Well, thanks, Pet. She was a beauty. But the fella, he made a very basic mistake. He forgot to keep his lens clean. Well, a couple of my mates, they had this problem.
Oh, g'day. G'day. What are you doing? Trying to take a picture of the flower here. Most unusual. Just pops up out of the ground.
Sure you got the right angle there?
Not a bad angle. It's in the box. Sun over the right-hand shoulder. That's where it is.
Yeah, I think you'd do much better from this side.
Might get the sun in the lens from that angle, I think. Don't you?
No, I've read all the Here's How books. I know exactly how you should take this sort of photo. And make sure you got your aperture set right too. It looks completely wrong from here.
Aperture. Now what's that?
That's this little ring up here.
It is.
You just got to keep turning it until it stops, and then your aperture's set right.
Right. That's right. Think there's anything else wrong?
What do they call it? Shutter speed.
Shutter speed.
You've got to set that right too.
I wonder where I'd find that.
See this here? Just turn it around a bit there. That sets it.
Right.
Now set it on 2 seconds or more.
2 seconds. It sounds a long time.
No, she'll be right. Perfect results that way.
Think there's anything else wrong?
Yeah, look, you'll never get a decent shot with that. That lens is filthy.
Is it?
Here, I'll clean it. There, that's much better. You'll have no worries at all now.
How about your camera?
It's all right. It's perfect.
That lens looks filthy. Now, I've got something here that'll fix it up.
It
no
doesn't
worries.
need my God. What?
Well, the best tip, keep your lenses clean. So much of that.
Thanks, love.
Thanks, dear. Well, the next one, it was a real bonzer one. Only trouble was that me pig took a liking to it. Not as much as me though, and because it reminded me of my mother-in-law too much. And,
Leave me mum out of this.
oh, well, yeah, alright. So much of it, we'll give it an honour anyway. Thanks, dear.
Thanks, love.
Well, the next fella's shot's a Kyber. Well, I don't know. The bloke should have used a faster shutter speed. Wider angle lens, it would have gone like a beauty. But one of the prime points here is that you should be prepared for all these sort of shots. Ready for anything. Have your lenses ready and you'll be right. It happened to one of my mates once before when they were taking a picture of a flying saucer down here in the big smoke. Well, one of the next ones we've got here, well, the fella is a bit of a drongo, I thought. He had a funny camera angle. He could have done a bit better than that. Oh, that's better. Yeah, well, when I take a look at it, it's too central. Much too central. She's got a stupid smirk on her face too. Well, I suppose really though, she's not a bad sort of a model. If he went back to the studio, see if he could get her again. She's not bad stuff. One of our shots from our new Aussie mate, Mr. Da Vinci. He's done a bad job. Fair enough. Well, the next one. She's a corker, isn't it, eh, blokes, eh? What do you reckon about that? Something a sight for the mind, eh? She's really nice.
Disgusting.
Only trouble was, really, I thought, she's a bit overexposed. I must say, it's got plenty of body in it. Real body. But, up at Bullamakenka, our fellas, we don't see much of this sort of thing. We're a bit restricted with our morality committee. But we get by. We do get around it quite often though.
Who wants the camera? Who wants the camera?
Oh, tremendous.
Well, hey, I tell you what, look at this. Hey, come, we better check the exposure anyway. Not bad.
I say, just
Hey, there's someone at the door. How about inviting him in, Gladys?
okay, you go invite him in. I can't go, really.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, just get him in, come in.
Well, it depends who it is.
Hey, hang on, look. Look who's there.
Okay, you blokes. Hold it where you are. This is a ride. Keep your pants on.
Anyhow, I really like that a lot. Just put that in the bag, will you do?
Oh, right, love.
Oh, it's been good to judge for you Wilford blokes. I think one thing though, you could do with a bit more experience. Well, it's experience is what we Bullamakanka fellas have got, and we can show you a few other things too. We'll get down to a bit of real business now. Just show you what we've come along here for. Thanks to you. Got the new pasteuroid developing setup here, and just so you can see the trade name there. Well, just to show you some of the better points of it, I bought my new Perflex camera along. It's a Hasselblad, and it's got an f/96 lens on it. Usually do this with the determine the depth of field with a pitchfork, but this will do for now. Just smile there. Ah, beauty. You got one of these new cameras with a throwaway body and a keep the cartridge job. Anyway, yeah, on with the processing. Don't need this sort of garbage. We usually like to stick the stuff right on the drum of the processor. Very delicate part of the operation, this. Righto, in with a bit of the Dung 76. Good stuff, you know. I got it fresh from the Paddock 76 this morning, so you can be sure it's fresh. No two ways about it. Bit of the sheep dip, modified, of course. It's good stuff, that. Righto, we'll have the soil bromesco there. Whacking the paper, it's got a very fine texture, this soil bromesco. Thanks very much there. We'll use this elusively, you know. Take a great deal of care with our paper. Okay, we just run the film around. In this process, the film and the paper develop simultaneously. We just need a bit of stopper whopper snake oil here. Good stuff, my mother used to give me this. Anyway, you can get some real bonza prints out of this. We'll starve the lizards. Isn't that just a beauty? As a matter of fact, I reckon that's good enough to be a saloon shot. I'll get Harry to hang that up in the pub when I go back. Anyway, the boys back at Bullamakanka, we've had a few problems and a few pollution problems with our developerizer. And they're still working on it. Anyway, just on behalf of Gladys and I, I'd just like to say thanks very much. It's been real beaut to come down here to Agfa. Thanks very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can only thank Gladys and Heck for an astounding performance. And I think before we conclude the evening's proceedings and go upstairs to the canteen for supper, before we go up for supper, will somebody please call Dr. Granger and the fire brigade.
Medical authorities warn that judging is a health hazard.
All right.